No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the other one.
I don't know. Nobody tells me nothing.
There you are, Jan. Speak of the devil.
It's always a question about 5 o'clock. Do I go? Do I not go?
At least that storm's not hitting us anyways. Are we supposed to get that today about 6? 5:30?
It was at my house, 10 miles south here. Who knows? You guys will get it too.
Since I was dressed, I could go. If I was in my pajamas, I would not change.
I was out for lunch with friends today, so I had to be dressed.
I went out to lunch too. So when I got home about 3 and I thought, okay, I'm gonna leave my clothes on and go. You have, it's so nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm good.
How's it going, Kyle?
Oh, those pictures of the planning commission? I didn't see it on the agenda. I was like, are you speaking in public time? Or you just the run of the no public like the rest of us?
List of things to speak about tonight, so it's interesting that you're here.
Listen, I've learned there's a range. Kevin Nisley talks about every last thing in tremendous detail for like 20-something minutes. That was painful.
On and on.
Greg Wise just hits the highlights. He's even funny.
Man talks about the dogs.
Oh, that was a meeting. That was a meeting right there.
McMahon is your representative too.
Yeah,
right?
I
Yeah,
see
he's
it.
mine.
Yeah,
He's
he
mine.
is.
I want to move.
I was thinking of moving out of the county.
Kyle this afternoon, I was watching last month's meeting, and I decided to applaud you. That was a very good comment. Good research.
So do you record all this chit chat before it starts?
I do.
She
Sometimes
does.
I cut it,
Yes,
sometimes
she
I
does.
don't. But we're not really saying anything that's like, we're in public, so
Yes, indeed.
sometimes I just don't want to spend. Sometimes it takes like an extra hour to cut. So, kind of depending on how my computer's working. So,
Did you see the actual legal thing in the paper about synopsis of the last meeting?
Dan, how's it going?
Call to order, approval of minutes, adjournment.
Did you go down to
I
the
thought-
Wednesday night car show too? Saw your brother.
So there's a legal
I know about
notices.
it. I don't know how I didn't know about it, and I ended up, I had my
It was like,
kids out on that.
why didn't they cancel the meeting? They really talked about.
There were a great number of people down there. I think I met a little bit later, and then I saw videos that were more crowded than when I was there, and I thought, how did they fit that many people down there?
Oh, we're back to the bricks thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they had them on all side streets and.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the people that were down there
Just walking around.
too, it wasn't quite as crowded when I was there, although it was still crowded, but the videos I saw were like people wall to wall.
Big deal.
Yeah,
that's
that
cool.
was really a great turnout as participants and people
I
coming
do feel
down.
sorry for the people who live
Yeah,
downtown. Now they've got, I mean, last week it was 3 nights, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And I always know when the stuff is breaking up because a certain number of them go zooming past my house, so I know things are winding down.
Oh,
So the trees on that side?
so.
Trees on that side? Or the other side?
Payment, that would be treasurer to do here.
Right.
So the treasurer gets paid every year.
No.
East side, east and south.
Right, this is, 6 out of 7 meetings, that's right.
There's a house forward to
This
that.
is 7, they skipped 1.
28.
Oh, thank you so much. I will scan that in.
I forgot until you said that. I was like, oh wait, I brought that.
If I don't scan this in like 2 days, then just remind me, okay?
It's 5:30, we'll call the Mayfield Township Board meeting to order, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First, be the approval of the minutes. June.
July 14th.
I'll support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Treasurer's report.
You didn't leave them on the table.
Hmm?
You did not leave them on the table.
We don't have a treasurer's report. Next will be public time. Public time. Go ahead.
So both the clerk and the treasurer's office have posted hours that they're open each week. So if I have questions or concerns about something in the township, I can either call or I can stop in the office. If the right person is available, I can get the information right away, and if not, they can get back to me at a more convenient time, which sometimes happens because I never know who's doing what at what time. But at least the hours are posted. Sometimes the questions and concerns apply only to the township supervisor who doesn't have posted hours. So I've tried repeatedly to arrange a time to speak with Supervisor Engelman. Despite his promise to maintain an open door policy at all times and his stated desire to work with all residents, he's adamantly refused to meet with me. I know that he's also refused to meet with other residents as well. But because they much prefer to discuss issues in private rather than to make a public fuss, I'm asking one more time, Supervisor Engelman, when might I meet with you to discuss some concerns about our township? Well, then you leave me no choice.
Okay.
I've compiled a list of questions and issues that concern the citizens, and I'll have to discuss them publicly. I prefer not, but you know, it is what it is. So first question, if residents have questions or concerns, what's the best way to reach you? To follow up on several issues that were brought up during the annual meeting, have you discussed with our EMS the possibility of paying rent for the space in our new public safety building? For background, when the public safety building plan was changed to include an additional bay for EMS use, it was specifically mentioned that there might be rent paid for this space, given the fact that rent is currently being paid for the space next to Mayfield Ice Cream Parlor. So what has been discussed with EMS regarding possible rent? It was suggested at the annual meeting that you arrange a time to meet with a specific resident and a representative from the road commission to resolve a tree cutting issue that has been going on for a long time. What has been done to follow up on that? There was a question about specifically which meetings are each of you paid a per diem to attend. There was some confusion about that issue. You're not paid to attend these meetings, I don't believe, but I don't speak for you. These are just a few of the issues that need answers. There will be more to come. Residents have expressed displeasure that when questions are asked, there is no answer and no follow-through with their concerns. If you don't want to address issues during the board meeting, we expect you to follow up within a reasonable amount of time. We also expect you to be our liaison with other agencies and levels of government. For example, instead of yelling at a resident to talk to the road commission, assure the resident that you will bring their concerns to the appropriate agency, and then follow up with the resident when you have information. I know that you know how to do this, because at the July Township Board meeting, you did answer a resident that you would look into a matter for him. We would ask that you treat all residents with this same amount of respect. Since one of the main responsibilities of the supervisor is to run the board meetings, it would be appropriate to address meeting concerns. It has come to our attention that the county commissioners who represent Mayfield Township are being denied a place on the meeting agenda. We would like our county commissioners to be given a regular place on the agenda rather than expect them to speak during the public time. We would also like periodic reports from other agencies such as our sheriff's deputies, fire, EMS service, recycling, construction code authority, to name a few. And just because I thought it was an interesting thing to do, I used an AI program to summarize some of our concerns. And again, this is only some of them. So I made a copy for each of the board members. There will be more questions to come publicly, because that's, I guess, the way we need to do it.
Next, anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here tonight as the vice chair of the CMH board. As most of you on the board know, we are building another building, and we got an update from our CEO, at least the leadership team did. You guys have been great to work with thus far. I want to say thank you for that, and hope that once we get the bond and we get going on the work, that continues. So thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, I'm here from the Fight for the First Amendment group from Lapeer that is defending the Lapeer District Library. And we believe that, and I'm speaking to you because Mayfield is part of the Lapeer District Library system. We believe the Lapeer District Library trustee, John DeAngelis, has breached his fiduciary duty to the board of the LDL, and we call for his resignation. On Saturday, July 19, 2025, DeAngelis worked at the Axe My Tax booth at the Mayfield Tavern. He collected signatures on the Axe My Tax petition for a constitutional amendment to prohibit real and personal property taxes, currently the primary funding source for counties, municipalities, schools, community colleges, parks, and other voter-approved bond repayment. This is not the first time DeAngelis has demonstrated his support for Axe My Tax. As you know, property taxes are the primary funding source for the Lapeer District Library. As a trustee, DeAngelis has fiduciary responsibility for the library and a duty to protect it for future generations. Axing property taxes would eliminate almost 90% of the library's funding, endangering the library's existence. Is it wrong for DeAngelis to promote Axe My Tax on his own time? Yes, because he took an oath when DeAngelis swore an oath to support the Constitution of the U.S., the Constitution of Michigan, and to faithfully perform the duties of a library trustee. He was promising to act in the best interest of the library. In seeking to eliminate property taxes, DeAngelis is also seeking to defund the Lapeer District Library, which is a direct and severe violation of his oath. John DeAngelis has breached his fiduciary duty to the Lapeer District Library. We the people call for his immediate resignation. I also just want to add, this is like the 7th or 8th Mayfield Township meeting I have been to, and I have yet to see Dan Frisch. I mean, really, isn't it his responsibility as an elected official to attend these meetings, to report on the treasury of the township, to face people who have questions about funding, like what's going on with the $152,000 that you owe from a suit over the airport? What's going on with the 2-year lapse in having the books reconciled that the state is asking the township to reconcile. And I believe the township is paying accountants, private accountants, to do his job. I just think it's really offensive to elect somebody and have them not be willing to show up to the public or do their job. So that's my comment.
Yeah, by my count, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is the 6th out of 7 regular board meetings this year that Frisch has missed, and we got no reasons, no. And because of that, then we don't get the financial reports. I think they eventually go up online and that kind of thing, but he's got questions to answer, right? So I want to talk really quickly about the Board of Review meeting that happened recently. I was concerned about how, especially the second decision was made. And by the way, I bleeped the name of the person who was said during that meeting. Like, I just muted that out of my video recording because I didn't want to have their personal business out there. And you guys could probably easily just use initials or something like that, so then that person's name isn't out in public. You know, we had a board member who seemed to only see that information when he got to the meeting. He said, well, he had a medical issue. He actually specified a colonoscopy right before. Well, then you come the day before, the day before that, or the day before that, and you look through that information so you can easily do it. I've heard repeatedly that when people just come to a meeting, see their packet, read, and decide, that's not good practices at all. Everyone should have their packets days before. But Mr. Maasch, I've got to say, I hope you didn't drive that day. I really hope you didn't drive over here. Because when you have a colonoscopy, unless you had some kind of different colonoscopy, you're not supposed to drive for a few hours. But also, the medication you get from that can impair your thinking. So perhaps you don't come on a day like that. Maybe just rethink that. Because you guys are making decisions here for other people. You have taken on a very big responsibility in our community to make decisions. You got to do that from the best place. And some folks here are really struggling with that. But Jamie's comment during that meeting about that lady should work a little harder offended me very much. I do not, you go off of objectives and principles when you're deciding these things. Who are any of us to decide what else, the work someone else should be doing? We don't know the circumstances of their lives. We don't know their medical conditions. We don't know any other circumstances. That is not good practices for a board. Now I'm going to talk really quickly about the library. In December, I call it a coup. A coup was pulled off to change the majority of the board to conservative for the library board. And Mayfield played the main part in ousting Nina Sharma-Jones out a year before her term was due. And we heard all sorts of weird excuses about that. And, you know, maybe some people got some bad advice, but they could have done better than that. But then, lo and behold, Kelly Bales, Julie Schlaud's sister, ends up on a committee. She ends up on the Policies and Bylaws Committee for the library. And I can tell you, I've been to 2 meetings. Kelly came to one, not impressed with her work. Not impressed at all. I can't imagine, and I have a good deal of writing and editing experience, I cannot imagine going after the policies of experienced library director and expert library attorney and kind of tearing them apart. That's not something I would do. And your appointee, Carol Brown, her demeanor in these board meetings, you should watch them. Not impressed at all with that, or the lack of knowledge and lack of research she does before the meetings. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? No? Okay, we'll move on. Next on the agenda is contacted by a gentleman about putting a rental car at the airport. He sent over an agreement with it. I had the attorney review it. He said it looks good. We have no interact with this car. That's all he has. Just pays $200 a year. It's geo parked, so he gets from a phone. There's nothing. We don't have to do anything. We're not responsible for the agreement states. We have no responsibility for these cars. It's a good idea. It brings pilots. They can rent a car, break in the phone, take it, go eat, whatever. You have fuel in the airport just to increase revenue for the airport, and we don't have any anything to, worry about with it, so. I guess I don't know if everybody's in agreement with that, we're not.
So it's just one parking space at the airport?
Well, Cheryl, he said if needed, he can get more. And the space is there, it's not, and John would find a place where it's out of the way. And the way the gentleman put in his explanation to me was if you park the car in the wrong place, you can't shut it off. Okay, he can't, so it's still running, he's still paying. So either get it in the right spot, where there'll be a sign, and like I said, it's geo parking, it's tells by his thing, that's where it's at, there's where it belongs, they're done, and shuts it off and they walk away. We don't have anything to do with it. So it's done all over, he's got 15 or 16 locations throughout the state, where he's doing this. Another gentleman I spoke with, vouched and said he's told me on the up and up, and then I spoke to him, on the phone. He said that right now he doesn't have any cars available. He got them all in Tustin up in the vacation airports up there. But when he gets some more, then you're back with us.
Well, we need a motion to do it?
If that's what you wish to do.
Why not?
The only thing I didn't see in here is where he provides us a copy of his insurance policy. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we get that, but again, it's all clearly stated in here.
yeah, I see that it's in there, but it's not.
I mean, if we need a copy, that's, he doesn't have a car either, yeah, but before we, before he decides to let me know he's gonna put one there, then, okay, we'll get that, and we should have it on file.
Sounds good then, we'll make a motion, providing we can get that stuff that we need for that.
Yeah, and, Streeter's name is, coming back to it, is, it's Mid-Michigan Rental Cars, is the company. Okay.
Just want me. Let me.
Oh, let me try it.
I seen, so we're gonna make this, be effective May 1st.
Yeah, we make it, well,
Well, that's what
we
it
make
says
it
in
now,
here.
I mean, he doesn't have a card, so we can make it effective today's date,
Okay,
as far as that
because
goes.
that's, I thought that was a little weird.
When I can just contact him, say,
Okay.
hey, let us know when you're ready, and, He said he only buys good, up-to-date, maintained vehicles, there's no, rattle trap junk out there, so. Makes sense.
That still go through May 1st, 2026?
We're,
Well-
Leaving that open?
Yeah,
I put it in here as today's date.
yeah, and it can still go, Cheryl, to that date, and then you can renew it. Who knows, may not get his car there, yeah, I don't know, he just,
I don't think we should be using May 1st, 2025.
Right, effective it today.
today's date.
Correct.
And then
So
next-
this is what I made your motion to present. To make a motion to accept the parking space agreement between Mayfield Township and Mid-Michigan Rental Cars LLC effective August 11th, 2025, expiring August 11th, 2026 as presented. I don't know, do we want to have the amount in there?
You can put it in to pay $200 a year, and that's only reason is to make the agreement legal.
It costs you $200.
Right.
I'll second.
Second. Who the roll call?
Cheryl?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Engelman?
Yes.
Schlaud, yes.
While we are on discussion of the airport stuff out there, John is doing a phenomenal job of getting the place up and there a lot of hours. He spent a lot of hours. He had inspection from the FAA was out there, did their inspection on it. We got good reviews, a couple of items that needs to be fixed. One was some trees that are getting into the grass runway space on the east side. Those gotta be taken down before they get too big. So he's on it. Talked to the property owner next to it today, so they can get in there with the equipment, and they'll shred it all, knock those trees out of the way. So inside, a lot of nice comments, a lot of fuel being sold at a profit to us. So a lot of activity going on out there right now. Okay. That's like this. Got a couple road projects here too. The one that I spoke to Gabe about on Heather Drive, that one, he said is extremely dangerous, it's gotta be done ASAP. It's collapsing in the road, so they've been stuffing stuff in it to try and keep it, but it's gotta be done. So that one is a cost of $10,000. 24 by 60, that's a big tube. 24 by 60 cross tube,
We have a lot of water up there.
yes. And we don't, he did put the project number on it, but that was,
I know.
we'll double it.
Was that $10,000 you said?
That's a big one. Not usually that much, but
I'll make a motion to approve the Heather Drive cross tube, 24 by 60 cross tube, it costs to the township $10,000.
all fair say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that one passed. The next one, the project, Mayfield, Suncrest Drive in 18 by 45, another big one, but not as big around. 18 by 45, that was 7,500.
Make a motion to approve the 18 by 45 cross tube at Suncrest Drive. It's also 7,500 as presented.
It was what, 18 by what you said?
18 by 45.
All fair say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, I was on the road commission. I did speak with the road foreman the other day. Again, things aren't working real well out there, but it's not him. I asked him to take a look at Farnborough Road and see what he come up with to try and get that stuff, at least, so it's not big holes, to get us through. Maybe, he said, well, coal patch won't stay. I said, can you coal patch it and then do the stone and tar that they blow on there, at least get it so it's not, you can do that. He said, look into it and get us a quote. Well, I'm trying.
He's
Right.
talked about coming here and talked about that a couple of times. He said,
It's not him.
no, it's not gonna work.
Well, he said that, not coal patch,
Yes.
yeah,
Right.
not coal patch, and then, but it's gonna seal that with, not instead of ripping it all up, grinding it up and put a space in there, that, and again, that's just worthless for now. So,
He didn't have any.
okay. It's not on the agenda, but it's not really agenda, but I got a call from Kathy, well, it was Roper, I don't know what it is now, but anyhow. Roper family owns property right behind us, they're the ones we had the fence thing that was put on, and we paid them for the fence deal. Well, they got the house up for sale for almost $500,000 or more. And they're thinking they want to buy the property off so they can make the property smaller and get the house price down. and wanted to know if we wanted to buy like 4 acres back there. I said I would bring it to the board, but I didn't feel confident that that would happen.
How many acres do they have?
Almost 10. So I don't know what's the consensus, I mean, ask for more? Or do you think that,
Property.
I mean, we just got this over here, there's 2 acres over here, I don't know how much.
They're right directly behind the cemetery. And that'll eventually need to be bigger anyways.
I don't know, people, you know, and I have a big burial as we used to, people, you know, I don't know. There's still lots back there. You know, if they need be, there's 2 acres over here, so. I can get back with her, you know.
Doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna make that, yeah, you know, we'll do it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
why
I'll
not?
check with her and see what, have her get back to me and they decide what they're looking at for price, if it's super reasonable, maybe, you know. So, that's all I have on that stuff. Committee reports, the, GOT board meeting was canceled, and the next one was this Wednesday.
I was not able to make the July meeting because I was gone, for EMS, and theirs is next week as well.
Okay. Yep, and speaking of that, the building is coming along phenomenal. Joe's doing a fantastic job out there. No corner cutting, no, everything is like spot on. He chose the colors. He asked me about what I thought about color, and I said, well, you're the building designer guy. Make it look good, so he did. It looks really nice. Cheryl, you've been in to look at it? Or
Not inside, no.
I didn't get a chance to stop in and see it.
Okay.
Okay, you're a very, very nice job.
Do you have, know when it'll be completed?
Not putting a
He had
hit the
somebody-
date button,
he had
don't,
somebody,
it's like,
family pass away, so.
yeah, but they're moving along. I suspect, I would think probably within the next 3 weeks or less.
Oh, okay, that's
The,
good.
the ambulance area's all, the floor's done, the paint's done, it's in there, he's touching up, finishing up some other things, got a little bit to do on the landscape up here, but other than that, electricians are finishing up. We're gonna do the floors gets, in the police officer's room and the bays, those are gonna be done this week, I believe. We're trying to get them in, so,
That's good.
yeah, doing a great job. With that, you have nothing more?
Make motion to pay bills.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Next on the agenda is adjournment.
Make motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 5:50.
You come on Wednesday? All right.
Okay, smoking hard.